ken tham phat ga se nya iho ka la hi chi ho hi a ideology chi ki tu cha he owa cha chu idin cha he owa Israel ten babel insang asa banga chu pau chom chom I thowa ipau tha khat I wanga ilungelu zat chom chom hita I macha jong I to khom theita lowu ki ho to theita lowu chi a chi thil del diu jong ipi galin pita enei wangowa igalu ki mai to pi theilowa pita e hole e ho ki to boi ga mo da ti chi isu to lowa hele sacrifice I bol diu jong di chi ke gel se che loading nang gel se che loading hoila ya chu agreement sim the hoila chu ki to na pe no ham ipi ham chi chu hol do a solution di chu I bol go lo chu ki su nem nom lo chu ku ki ka hete ho jong ku ki atu ma ki la do nom ho jong pang cha ke tha do speaking ho cha tam pe ni hiu hi ya tha do to ku ki a ga ki boi ki nu ba ki chi te ni hi su thi mu wa hele tribe an form ho chu azizi hu di ya chi te ni hi ya abo ya ki chi I boi je wa he opportunity I loss diu pa ha de da len hi chu Ichi pa zo hi event no wa e ho hi down I hiu ngai ta cho lam kai ho long I dil su wa ipi chu solution ham hoila ya chu ki tu diu ham ipi chu iki mat no wa gal I sa diu ham ti pa hi del thi lew hen wang chu phat ding di ya Cedar Hills demand chu nga yong chu pan ata kana pan ya me de ho to Sangai Express ke mun chu ma ko ai wanga chu ni si le counter ka bol me he ho naga ho jong anop dok ase yo me le ho jong anop ase yo kalung hang be se risang ke sing umlaya I khat chi Cedar Hills gam si ko naga ho he ti record ana uma he ti record ka nei document ka nei heta black and white na hin podo ka ti iti amuna cheng ho het lowa chu Manipur government in naga ho to the agreement asim the ham black and white na hin podo ka ti the chip be wa chak ge ya chu kyong kap ni sit le kon tho ta chu counter ka bol jeng te a chu khan sei chu Cedar Hills si ipidinga ki de ya ham naga ho to ki boyin development fund is that ahung wanga ku ki ho kachan pha lo wo tai senapati a imayo si a umin senapati la kalu thei ko win ki ho dinga til unemployed youth tam ta ka umun I ma benefit ka mu thei ta po wi ji na he no bam asunga uma cheng ho ka suffer now hi na he no bam dia question ka bol phat na koi mana answer thei lo sita banga chu ayong thi ibo nga panglong lew hen ha na lai ai chu I thil delu hi I masang wa I go lu hi I bon se ke ya thakhat na lungki to ta ki panglong la ha sa ya e ho I ti ki chu to jeng wo I ti ki heu to jeng wo chiwang hi di the ta lo di the mo lo to ayong kum ni ba lang I hung gen the yu ta chi hi mo si a ki chai dinga hi koi thiep mo ham konung tieng le hung ki sei tieng le koi ngo di ham e ho yu opportunity is inei zo siu mang dinga ma ta chi ki su ne wote ke gel se chi hen di pote nang gel se ki pote a middle ground khat I holung ya ting le ta khat na I lon khom tieng le koi ham koi ham ipan khom tieng le I bol thei chi I bol di I sei thei chi I sei di alien hi le neo hi le chi ting le chun thil khat di chu ipidinga I ki ja no ham pira Manipur ke thei lo di ham constitution no ya state is that atha ki sim union territory is that ki sim Manipura ida ki sim thei da possibility uma ipidinga I ki ja no ham ko lungdong Kito mo manwa imayosi opportunity yosi iman di iman no chu khonung ting le itu icha te min to a eho struggle sang eho dinga he adel no pet lai ta he ya chi pet na hi ingoluwa hi le khonung ting le ipi condition na hu undi wam di ju ju we have the right chance what we are doing ju ju ka position.
Social watchdog worker you want to speak?
Oh, Pulin kaki pae. Tu zara chu. Po Michael zong chin ma. Hele ai mi pau chu ka team be se lo chin na. Ai le zong sa pau.
Follow
Na
sa pau
ai mi
yo
pau
follow.
ka mix di chu. I
Okay.
think na. Tu ni boy na pen chu. Neu hile zong. Iya dinga chali ta lit thu chin na. Tu po Michael zong khat chu again kan jong ka het thiam chuna hilele what is the way forward ti chu hungen sa le chun mo po Michael a het thele chu what is the way forward aman as
Okay.
again chu adi chu min sa nga unity poi mo zo ti chu adi chu di pen chu hila a hile jong what is the way forward en jong ipp ham a tha do ming ha mar ipp ming tamta news a jong hele letter jong tamta PR jong kisumo lekin kamu dana chu Mizoram Sarkar a website Mizoram government a website a jong Mizoram Nick India chu about Mizoram history ana vet la chu ipot do na chu wa they clearly mention about it more min chu poi mo ben hello elezong how can we work together mi khat group khata ken thado ka hi ken hi mi chu mi ka hi kitia cha ai ki kana boina pen chu what will be the way forward ti chu ki gen thele chu mo ken na pha de are still listen mo pulam sa thang na he la chu what is the way forward ti chu tong tong gut chu thank you.
Michael na answer masanga kin ne khat ga se na Mike social issues are low supremacist view ni se ho na I think to a large extent a lot of people will kind of understand if you don't try social problem or the point out also I had him tampi yung joy wanga chu I think you're trying to solve an issue which is to say that kati dan chu thinoi mi in society ka cha dominate bol tai lo aramba in phai sung adop da balo tai phai sung chen phai sung ai pi ki bol do e ho gam yong UT ki mu hen nang group tham khatin 80 tabang khung ki sem wen nang anop na bol le hi cha ju ep ki bol do na so these are social ills or potential pitfalls which nang the face the ken the face the the society wa joy wake up call so chi issue to raise ball guys so people don't like it but this has to be raised ki chipai thadole cookie na manana naket pai I think that is a mistake but other than that point of view na raise also I think I can swallow that I can even try to understand and see your point of view na to mamangin na say ju kichapang hil na ipon din adi ta tampi di ajo mic to na say ho hi nang mizo ka he lo le thado ju mizo alu ta no problem chiju na ho perspective jo awang mizoram khatwe bo ka che na the way I see it they also have issues like ours amo ho yong no athing je athing lo je lu se ho chung pen ning sai lo ho ke ho bu ka hi dang si hi cho yo si an pai la wa mizo da today if you go to Mizoram nobody writes their surname I mean probably official this thing certificate mean they might use all these surnames but then ido ala chen namin amini do ala puya alo manga then they never tell you the last name there's a reason behind that because they have given up their small mindedness in terms of being fixated to their families or small interests. They are concerned about the bigger interests. So social watchdog in also very pertinent. So Michael, kati dan so where is the way forward? Pai sunga chu ting hanga yung in la kisi thei pun hichi na don kadi pi donation yung tipote hicho tabong ki eng bola lo le inam mi ki cheng kho mai wanga lungmo nga kim the lo da phaya in sa yung mai cho alo le service ya lo ma alo le uh, some of them are like lengpan gamna pi ya cheng with different reasons so that's why many colonies came up. Hichi trust pass it's broken forever. A hichi pa problem na point out also they are all very pertinent. But then that has to be solved through a vocal this thing exposing who are the people who are trying to gain something at the expense of unity. So if you don't get UT, it'll not be because of the MLS or it'll not be because of eho kinazi katida eho chichi khachi lo unity am lo wale we won't get it. That is assured. That's to say unity is the idea, but then lamka inyong not everything will be correct. Till he unki pe ya progression is not that everybody is smart enough. But can nang say bunga jo kape lo ka jo pam dile. Ibui ting le wato ikiti yong le kiti tau te kiti ya ting le thambot ihung hat jep ting le. Achombe ki say jo that is not done na. Ta jo atupi pen jo amipi hin amipi mu jong vet ngai jo. Aku ki zo hin ti ho hin ale zo mi ho to yong ke ho we nam aku ki zo chi ti hung ki pat do ham yong ki hello. But ami pi tampi hin ahi le kuki se jo apom thelo le zo mi lo le so pi maro a koi jong le zo to chut hen ikan khom wale at least ikitu the tawe te mi yo sin ikitu the tawe te ami da sina gal chu me le hot ichiu yong koi mu chai he do sa lo jo for at least 1 month. No paper national papers and everywhere even if it was reported adi lo gena report jo ewo thi omo thi ase in ki halo church ki halo yo ki solo jo it was all suppressed. Then social media warrior hot jaram kan fight wa hicha jo hunki he jo alle going forward hichi problem ho jo umna lai jo mike. So if you're trying to hit at the whatever eho society control bola agenda ni mi umane he na na sei jo jo fight anything acho I don't think pitting thado and cookie is a wrong thing because thado yong chu the question manipura tu chunga face pa he pam the illegal immigrants nangin jong ko ham khat na phone na ekhoi thado ne cookie na te na ti wa jo hung ki she na jo na I mean jong sei dang because thado changa ki recognize masang I lol adang se choma ki recognize masang acho whether we agree or not. Some colonial writers write as thado cookie and whatever, but then most of us, all of the us, even the Mizoram Homa state archive file ole porter ayang we were known as cookies takisun so na aleho you cookie in the that means cookie was there much before 1950 basis NRC and Boawalesun. Cookie to any cookie tribes as an umjota, any cookie tribe to teach a problem in it. That is, I think, not another discussion for another day. But society powers thamkhanin eho amaho benefiting a control power he khoepalo ho achum vision of it so I want amount levels of pool power dina salo I think you have every right to expose that. But hichichu thadole cookie ka natul man pa problematic kasa tu ya na Mike. But you have your right, but can we hold off all this for now and then ayechu igangwa we need to fight for a place where our children can prosper and then we don't want war with anybody. Our neighbors, we should be like growing together as even trading and business partners and trade and commerce has the flow. Chichu ngaye jo. Tachu nang mudana jo me tham phai den say I think it's your chance to even clarify. Phaya ga chending na ngap chat ki dham lo le. Why? What do you think is the way forward? Aye chu nasi khat kapom khat chu. Like it was like a joke. So many names came up, and then khatwele hichi khat ki putna khatwele ga ki khel kit Mizoram kinop to ke chiwa khat ki put ki hichi aj mi tham ta jana what ge an su ta si so that you're right. Hichi admit bol ngai so but then kasai bonga chu lam kai ho yong chu not all of them are like born leaders or uh ahung gal boy to in ki hal to boy su ke chu da chu alhu alhu boy den yong ki umai te chu it was a learning as you go. Ajo abol khil wale lamka dang lamka ko be ki bol khil tai he thim min to ajo ku ki zuwa min he ta hi chi hi chom khat mang wi tin teng le ut mu yo teng le assembly nei teng le ki ho wi tin ki tu na pen wa chun khel taw di tiu le chun I think there is a way forward. Tu sunga chu so khat I think TV dunga iki hen na pa ho e ho sung ka nang le ke ki ho na ding tu zo mai I joy se ho tham cha khat tun down ni bol wang so ngai ka sa ke yang so to to answer to I mean if you would like to answer social watchdog in answer at whom so I think quite relevant na Michael thang hun answer temo
itilam do la yung answer chom de ha pi tai injoa mamang sei ta mamang yung chun tha do lang ho sentiment het lo ja chu he thading ham reconciliation khatum thading ham ti hi yung chu kho de ha hai manga kuki amang chu kuki supremacy sa hung hi kit na chu record zo si kuki au me ti cha zo hung pan sat gut pa wang chu tham chakhat chu tha do lang ho chun any kind of colonial writings connotation tha do ho chu kuki hi tha do des kuki ki man ho zo si chu tha do convention na chu override ki bola ki wang chu disown ki bola ta hiang le ka he theme a sentiment chu unity de ya chu he was trying to explore if there can still be a chance to ti ha ki pun khom na khat um thai na lai ding ham do le kuki ki ka opinion differences wa ti ya ko de he ting le ka sei nom chu kuki ho de nga chu tu a hi tha do hon kuki ka he po ati he panic na di lo chu pisen na mi ti le a ground chu tha do in a dominate lo chu tha do zo si chu kuki ki so chu tu a he kampo pia ko tu a phata tha do zo si ke bul phu wa cho champura ITLF a ke bul phu wa kam tengno pala kukin pi tengno pal chan de la amuwa masanga tha do kai ti sin chu tu a chu everybody fall in line separate administration demand na area a chu tha do ho kuki kai poi ti ho chen influence ki nei lo chu nil hi chu ale agrawa ka chi wa boi na ka si mu wa SA thai lo ding hi tha do kuki poi za hun ka ti wa confrontation ka volume ma cham lo pi chu we are irrelevant it's only kind of just advocacy thado distinct identity assertiveness khat chu ka chi pi ya ama chu hi chu ipiti hama kukilang ho chun problem na yawa ho to ding he ti wa hi la chun kukilang ho chun thado yong hi stakeholder hi ti a chu asimu ngai chu chi teng na chun way forward chu enjoy social ikhan na sei chu way forward na chu thado opinion should also matters as a blood brother hina pa chu umji chu ai ma chu present context a kuki may take conflict a chu thado opinion chu doesn't matters kotu is there ITLF is there KZC is there ITEC is there Zomi Council is there that thado doesn't matter TTC is there so tiwa so they go towards their demand fine we are not opposed to that because that's a democratic rights to demand ground reality yung hindrance sa hina umdi what we pursue is like we don't believe that the spirit mi mo sentiment hi khat lehung thiding hi public memory is very short the emotion will die very soon. And this emotion has been used by the so-called Kuki leaders. Yeah, to false hope appeal for their own political gain. It's a side of the story. Yeah, so even if they don't matter. Earlier, the inclusive platform was Zoe United. If Zoe United hasn't broken, then fine. Inop na ball hey hitai. Tinatabang ito is like a freedom kumutabang ita. So, as it's no more inclusive platform lo. Ale home ministry in zong thado to stakeholder asim de lo so. They call Zomi Council, Kuki Zo Council, Mar Inpui, and their matters. Fine, Hode lo pichicho. So those are never a part of the stakeholders on the ground everywhere. Fine. Mga chu kasi nung pencho SA2 building hi political aspiration chu hi the present conflict to ikan manuwai la chai le SOO group ma lu ngai ta chu SOO group thing no ya lu ngai chu ka phung thing no ke ho kip ke le ho kip lai pi thing no ya chu ka lu ding ham chong loi ni ai le kia re yuan lu ding hang sing ni le kia re ya lu ding ti ta bang ta chu oi bol bol wai la chai na hung chi go da ni ja chu SA del ho hin a ki sel che jeng adel ta po ve ti hi ke ho tha do perspective hi chu hi chi opportunity koi ma nei pe lo chu ke ho ding a way forward chu ke ho lung ga la chu if thado perspective matters, thado in PSA perspective matters, we want to tell to the people that it should be truth telling. Why the leaders are playing hypocrisy? In halo to pi lo pichu. In halo to pi lo pichu. Ka in to tumve live halo to boy lo pichu. Ai wanga a tu tilo cho a tu chi ti yon tilo ke e tat yon a tu tilo di cho. Heading khat chu a thu a chu ti khomo ngai thi san khat hi zat khat nam khat hi ve ti ai le tha do ho human rights pa chu persecute ke bol pa hi a dignity chu respect pi ngai chu le tha do ho chun truth telling a hi this separate administration demand that comes out from MLA is equivalent to the mouth of Su group thing ho akon hung ve ve tho tho hi home minister pa hung chun any kind of separate administration political talks, it will be done through Su groups at Yucho. Yeah, so at the initial days, ITLF ko tu ho yung cho Su ho to kyo de he at the SOO group to the appeal over. They drop the political demand thing. Yung chi cho public ho cho update hi lo ham i min wa o ham ai lo le leader ho chunga wai hom good no ham khat zo cho leng do ta cho. Yeah, so way forward to Kukilang perspective ha to confuse new cho for thado wa cho restoration community understanding cho mai lo nei thao hi kuki nei hi sa nei thao hin ai ma cho kuki chu kai lo hi het chen no ngai manipura kuki ki ti ko ham na ki hol do ngai ki ti cho ale zo mi ki ti cho hi kuki hi po ve na thao hi lo hi tai ne het hi lo na thao hi na wo hi ne het hi lo hi ti chu a chi ngai cho ji chu Imphal chu bazar de tabang ki di chu emotional hi ya chu sei tu ya ni khat le ulihar airport hin mankit tiu kampo pi Imphal chin dinga tidim road a mankit tiu mazau sia chu thei lo chu tiger road to german road jong ku koiman lampin sim hi ta hung khul kit di chu e ho chu emotion chu chom cha bo chu social experience ki ne ya almost 10-15 years it's a 3 bills are to ka sentiment san dan chu 3 bills are to I have been running pillar to post ipium thaining am tia experience first hand experience kan ni ya a chaina zen yuwa thing noi hon ke to thim be ni ti wa su thi be mo bo cho hi cha ki chai te chu kin tin same to repeat ke bol kit ding chu conviction ki ni ya chu hi cha ho loi hi ke chap dan hi ti bo ve ti chu ke het ja chu ma ki sei lo wa refrain ki bol do zo thu bo ya ya chu identity cultural identity assertiveness to present conflict to political demand to religious lang group to ikan mat ni lawang chun confusion chu tam ta ding kamu thowa tha do hon distinct identity akisei na wang hi short tho ta present conflict masanga kon ta kukin pi organization reformation ding jong chu KSO jong chu TSN ke pan masanga ko na jong federalism hi chi pi nga ye ti cho naga chu 22 tribes kun ke ho naga ka hi ti denial bol lo cho whereas kuki chu vai phe hian lin thang cho pan sa wang wa VPC hun ku ki kai tai ti ri lo cho ke je sia ga pan wanga deniable cho ku ki terminology cho koi man apom lo cho tribe apom khat cham lo cho ku ki chu chi ja chu hi chi redefine bol ngai ti na chu initiative chu ki la lo pi cho as a nam khat ni na chu min khat nai ke po khom thei du ham ku ki hong chu ke tem thoa failure ngen ta kyo chu ka head and so sung to we know the inner dynamics. We have met all the leaders and we have been working together, and we know that this conflict will not heal anything. It's a conflict he nahi bove emle hon ananga di we mi pi ati levin me lei a provoke movin chief minister biren chunga lunghan now chu mi pi akina asa ovin ti ho he boy masanga ko na ke a mi a provoke mu cho che su tip diu ya su tip lo he la kina asa o he ti chu convince ka hi je wa chu ki sei ya cho hi record bo wan thot do mai the ya ko di he ai wa nga chu convince ki lo chu conflict ni ki na lo na ding avoid the ma avoid nom lo ball tu mo wa e ki na sa wi leader ho hin ti cho boy na the hi tam ta me thei ton e mi ki na jing hi le ma khong la ho bang more ho bang khu ni sia ki na chu ai wa up to the level of communal la ang chi lo am conflict nga hong leng do lo hin tin ya chu ve nai le len ka sei ma banga chu ke chu imphal brought up dong ka hi lo pi chu ad imphal ma cha sun na te imphal da po pa sun na te imphal la mo chu ai nu siu chu ke chu imphal la e mi ho ki le sa ki bol thei sa dan chu alo na ji ve hi chu ai wa imphal la chu in mun lo mun ka nei lo wa nga chu ke ho conviction chu ai le one day or someday once the emotion dies down trauma period ni hung ke chai ting le hen Imphal International Airport hing ki mangkit ding lampi ki mangkit ding logistical point of view wa chu denai ki bol thei lo ding ma cham lo wa chi ding to ayong min peace talks home ministry na ko le better capitalize bol di chula bol ta sa nga chu turn down ki bol chu lam kai ho chu mandate kan nei po e tu la ko ham mandate nei who is the leader, who is the captain of the seat, tu conflict nga hi border fencing bang chu ukilam ka na khaw chu ai wanga tuni chun khawla jo group ma chu ka mu le ukilam ka ho ma man hon kit nu chu army ho to ke tho kelam point izat ham khat chu lim ga la do ke pan nai tia center a video kap do ding mai me ya hon sa kit nu chu kha koi ham ti la uki ho ma hong koi ham ti la ukilam ka ho ma he chita bang hypocrisy ho hi kuki leadership ma hi identity ethnicity beyond issue grievances case achal na wa hi I ma chai success na mo lo cho gam hu na ding tu ne chula you know you are very much a part of Olian Pai and later on you back off na Olian bang cho ho cha chai ni chan ka pan cho non compromise hey le compromise lo di ke ho lo di land issue ho bang ya even na le se yong ki sei nom hi u ki cho ne yum hi ane ho chon ke boi pi diu yeng cha cho ha do business ai pon ki kum po te tu nong relevance nei po ve asa de lu su boi po te kampo pia chi po te cho cham pu chi po te more chi po te su boi pi po te relevant hi po ve ku ki ho chon tha do opinion doesn't matters for them tha do is immaterial darong dar kar sa po ve poi mo sa po ve bo ki bol na win te oppose po te but community understanding wang bo lu ten ku ki hi po ve wang hi pata esat ki bo lu te ti pa bo wa chu line chu ki kai ham ti a chu ko mu ya ka he po ye no ni ki na gi lo bam pham mo na
Like
sa om la
clarification ne khat nen pe na olin pai thua house puin rigat lekha kagam hi kazu ro de ti asaina in pe do na chu wa chu amin sei da de na lam kai ho chu na sei chu ka he thin chu chu anu ho ab su boy di ho in problem to understand about ball pada chu can involve lo de ti pa na chu ke chu chana chu ka nga ai le I ho problem chi pham ti le thil khari ball le versus ai chi jin so gu ki tha do then I'm never fanatic okay any cookie tribe he nang ipi only for me it's just a matter of certificate but the moment anybody becomes fanatic I don't like it cookie fanatic kya karna hai athu pi penchu are we in a position to build a better future for ourselves Athado to EPC young legend 1950 56 masana bonds gave a cookies okay. Nah, he was now if you consider that as supremacists, that is a matter of perspective. But wedding had to nasay pa to adi adi to space ayong space ball ngam yom talop yo PRO mean adi na hello le no your society problem so you can't speak the truth. You are as unpopular as possible. But the problem is in society wahi everyone seems to kind of have different organizations and different voices, but final call shot seems to be from somewhere. Hichipa who no oppose akamu I want Hichipa oppose pahu. I think you should oppose the person and then the organization and speak truth against power. Nangin kitu
Look,
hado
Colin,
kukya na empty the magasay tayo.
look,
Hado kukya
inta
na
ka
kay
calling it
kitu. Iki ba on lo na ito
society
lai chu.
society chu na thing no in dingin to win ati to ka chu mi pi chat lo he chu mi pi chun ama site akila chu ama phung thing no mi site akila chu kampu PDM ro chu KNF yeng chu I will not mind to say it site ko chu kya re yeng chu simply chu it's convenient cho ha do nom lo chu public chu divided ni chu
Chu mai
public
kinong ka het chu ke hi na
simple
ke hi koi thing noi ya
it's a
ga
barrier
boda.
to break right na it's a barrier to break a break thelo you over to sometimes hado ho to KNF in patronize a ball UKLF in a ball het ya wrongly amo ho hi bang chu ding ham tai ye lu cho but the truth will reveal na ma chu hi chi concept ma chu yu mu cho hi chu break thing right cho na it's a break thelo cho pi ball lo le cho mi pi ho chu thing noi chen to win ding ti to ka chat lo di cho chi chu cha lo di cha chu cookie cho thing noi chun cookie on anei cho mo cho anei te chun ake podium mo cho la mi che cookie cho culturally identical socially culturally linguistically anthropologically a cho ha do ho chu ita cho cookie ki khalo cho nangin 1950 so and so ti yong na chun mấy tay call tha do es kong sai na ko na mai cho ma cho om sao mai cho no ho chun chi pa chu discard na bol wa cookie na ka se chu na impose kum go no le supremacy hi na pa chu hi ka ti ji ho ya sentiment emotion ka ni chu maybe few in number but we have sentiment we have emotion na ya chu chi ka chu space ki pe lo pa chu boy jap ji bo cha dang chu o de lo chu opinion
Chu
differences zo le
ki ho chu na mai different perspective na ya kang cha ki ho chu. It's always a possibility. A problem chu na me like alu say cookie ta ki he wa lo la no ya poi rakhel tam pia chi ho cha ba ga mizo e tao te ta ki no to ni wa chu mizo ye mu chu a time like that will come but he chika su nga tu I boy lai ta wa chu na sei ju di chu na ho chu like TSA chu til tam ta na su se divin ta hung ki tao yong de lo pi chu mai na but everybody matters in the sense ki asunga hi I society when a society is at the growth stage asunga
except
hi
tha do
hello
except
asunga
tha do everybody matters
no asunga hi til tam pi ma chu aki sel gu leaders are evolving some are good some are bad til tam pi me ki sel gu sometimes at the cost of personal pain I had to ki sei do lo daba ke rakta hai so that overall picture to hal ta chu inam mi te nangin logistic hub hin Pai Chui Mandir. Yes, possibly after 20 years, but we will not go and live in Infal because kaya kasi sacred trust that this is a safe haven where you build something for permanency, rule of law that was broken. That's the Pai Nammi aga chen ki how long? That is the question. But as I can have a hotel, I can have a insured this thing building, which is a commercial something, or even whatever, a colony which I develop as a real estate. Mai. But that trading relationship or commercial relationship was yeah, but people to people we could be supplying organic vegetables to Infal and all that could happen. I was two states achu nammite naju whether you want to call yourself a thado or you want to call me a thado, it doesn't matter. Annat no pa chu any thado cookie to thupi lo chu nasopi paite and paite wing and zomi and marion le iki thadan le iki ball na pau chu like it's like kachanu he rachel hin nangin rachel reb lovin nangin kimin rebe ke rachel ke ti tabang cho in the name but then reb ball pa chen nachanu khat pen pen ja reb tho cho I don't know if my analogy makes sense, but you may call yourself anything, any name. You can name your daughters 2 different names, but they are raped. This is my question. The pain is very real. Adi ajo ho chu mintin ho isunga leadership problem pacho. I think you have every right to speak up. Ichachu, I think if people criticize you, I think you should take it on your chin. People will not like me because I kayong koi thing noi kasu pipa have cut ko ham kat thing noi lam kai man ama say as chon ning ho lo so that is a problem in society eho aji su pipa ham khat thing noi lam kai hale ama ho lang area group alo lama ho say as adi lo yong limit kisinga pha gi de jo hovin jong hi tia jo na ko ham khat kasu pi ham khat lam kai langa ki kai te yo chai lo le hovin ho yong adi ta jo I don't know. I expect I had no mehr. We have so many confusing kat in umay cho. So I say to ding uma ayo nga a timing pa na mic. That was a problem. One. Jiwa no the timing of your outburst is problematic. Second, issue tham khat pa he MLA hon engol. I think that is that is your choice, but the problem that I face is the same problem you are facing. Lamkai phalo nei wa nang hin ko yong to kha to because izat se yong chan pura na in ding na su pi ding sangam chu kuki ke he ti loi tham khat thadu ke ti loi tham khat zomi ke he ti la su pi sangam to. So what does it matter? The problem we are facing is real. In some way define bol de chu phai che the lo phaya chinia me three nia chu athiding ho chu in some way we are one. Whether the name we can always have the maybe if God is kind, the luxury of finding a name that everyone is happy with. But ahilo something we have to accept. Like Mizo and Mizo they are hold of Bangladesh. We'll find something. But at this point, foreigner, illegal immigrant, when they are challenging our history in terms of even the 1840s, at least some colonial writings based on cookie or khongzai or whatever. Na we are using them that but majority of the writing seems to agree on that thing. That doesn't mean I'll head nang chunga superimpose ka bolo I have to respect you for that. Nangin jichu ka pompoinity. I have to agree, but then I should continue to engage and then but common ground khatchu establish ball na Mike. Say it sounds like preaching. I le koi na top masan hum kahe ta phone social watchdog and then lambem ya.
Thank you, Pulit. I'm not influenced by any group more. Tuazong Manipura umzong kihilawa. Any group does not influence me. I'm speaking. Ken chukangai dana chu. Kaso pite problem chu ka problem hijing. That's my problem mo. Hele to ka het thiblo khat chu pu mai kon dong dia. A het khelong ti chu a het khel ti le chu to I boy na zong David trick athina pena chu kai trick ka hi mar ka hetia ai le athina chu it's the because of this community ziatia hai and hubana zong ikhat zairon langa zong numai khat zong hubana mi salpha som zong athina chu a het khel je kitila chu ipi a het khel ham atha do kukia what's the problem hele Amy zo se chu aman ông bol dan chu I het chu na. Hello, am I audible? Oh, Amy zo se tua het khel ti chu het khel chu ken chu I can't accept because like David trick athina sung amun zong a zong tha do pau zat zong hilo chana hilale iveka ithok khom chu all of us we are the victim kubana zairona zong it's a marvelous more then no may cut aile salpha so mathi na zong I had kill that's a can you elaborate regarding that?
Kahet here lola David take to the month of July, something like that here now. May, June, July, after 2 months like that. It was after that. So identity issue here. Identity issue here katicho. Assertion to umlo. Marin Pui never came out and say we are not cookie and we are not illegal immigrant and this umlo. They feel like they are a part of the SA movement. Nah, MLA Musang Lurompang. So everybody, including Tado and whosoever was included. So problem low chacho. So koi mano
Yeah,
assert the ball.
yeah, that's exactly more. Everybody
Assert the
sits
ball.
together.
Nobody assert. Ale Marin Puyong chun they play double role, double face a ball. So they talk about peace with Mayday. They talk something here different in Sisipur. Koi machachun out of compulsion or emotion or sentiment sanji jong Mayday. There's no bold people like us. Ita banga bold leader on chum di lo di ya. Koi mo di poy. Let them play their own role. So Mayday ho kun tu ge ya ko mar ati lo cho zomi ati lo cho cookie bo ti cho their target is cookie cho. And if Mars are not cookie, then they have to clarify right from day one. So ball lo cho marin twin. But they are a part of separate administration demand. In all the press, not everything up so understanding umlo cho. I want to finally government of India says 2 years have passed. It's gone now. Come, let's sit together at Tile. Those are cookie katiwang we are not a part of the stakeholders. They did not invite us. Ale Marin Puya invite to Chitacho, cooking si Chitacho. They all went because they are a part of the stakeholder. I mean Asimcho. Ale to find, yes, they blanket us and without any segregation, their intention is to annihilate us. Right. Ale separate administration hitacho. How do you really pursue? What is the way forward? Hoylaya ni hud diwa mi chachun. Ado in pi Manipur na humpang le. Which destination we are going? Can you please tell us the roadmap where we are heading? Convince us that this suffering has to be capitalized and we have to reach this. Tihat to destination to we may not reach the destination SA to kimochet ni jong le. Closer to SA tabang type ng katut din hiti. Assurance na ipi itayawam. Violence peace to say can you convince us better way so that we can make understand each other na
Hello, Mike. Na logic to like ka to problematic to kati dan to ahile thado se chun I cut na choi nang cookie how give badang se cookie ke ti ho to that leo a problem po in a for instance pitiha like it seems like you are taking you are giving a long rope to the perpetrator na kati dan so chipa hin Kachan was who said a neighbor Pajan was who said good head hill Kachan was too high and Naidam the Nati to close. So I don't think that is the way you deal with injustice or the kind of things.
Just say okay, hard to.
Chiwang's the low see, I'm a very understanding person, but Chika wants the Chilotic wants it, doesn't it?
justice to
Hello, nothing to have justice in the sense he mail her in. Head hill low pause like it was a specific targeting. He head my so uh okay not all
okay
100%
specific target ay tayo ko
low
specific target ay
they
tayo
always know that paite Wang Chu very clearly paite Wang head so that was attacked. Okay. Chiwang Chu can either like Thado to other Nase Ran to me lo yo se educate na bola thado chu cookie e poiti he them le no si se chu safe passage in fal na pio le izat na pui lu jo de in fala. I don't think not even one would come with you. I don't think you personally will not go. I just na he so the problem pa hai na my you are picking up the right issues the wrong way. A society wa leadership tham khat hin asai chum abol chum agel chum agenda chum ai wanga mi pi hi tem chum khat asai pi he chin expose no man I'm with you but he cha chu nangin made the whole speaking point ta le adole ku ki nan man pa like I have a problem but the whole leadership is contending on tam yo luta ki who is saying you're not a cookie be president there I'll vote for you.
I like more Pulen just one very short more. I like for Mike, and that's one of my question. Thado lang bias kiti chu cookie pau hilo ham. I lo le cookie pon kiti thado pon hilo ham kiti chicken ka head na.
cookie ho chun ke wa he tiu chula chu ja tha do chun ai poe ka tiu ya
I le na pon chu thado pon chu cookie ho pon na po manan pon than na nei ham kiti.
ke pom lo ja chu tha do ho chu cookie poe ke ti chula
Amana say chu divide and rule ball ja marin puya jong piham hu chi ka hi poi ti cho ngai is it so important? It's not important because they attack us.
no so far it they people did not feel that it's not important. They say they are mizo in between, somewhere in between. Their nomenclature is mizo now, somewhere in between. So I want to interfere in the organization policy of somebody, but kasi nung pacho now they are going with Cookie, Zomi, and Mar. So Home Ministry feels like they are the stakeholder and they are a part of the peace negotiation na yung delegation na pang tao. So they are already a part of that Mar. So na. So you can now brought in all those atrocities and all those justice to demand data. So may na. If we really believe, if we don't believe in the judiciary system, we have to demand justice to the civil society or whosoever which the Meitei represents. A table chung chung hiya target specific, target intentional, target ahita iti wise on it. Hoi lai ham sun na ding pa chu nei sei piun ka ti thu bo chu.
I le tua ngati dana chu you are not inclusive ngati dan chin na. Tua I pau jong chu ken chu ka he dana chu tha do pau hi ki china. Cookie ki tile chu nam chom like ama just before I speak about that Mizoram government Mizoram dot nick in about Mizoram history na tile chu which it's clearly mentioned ai le tua kai ka hi poi atia I boi lai ya we all are the victim ai le chu I pia pa chum them way forward chicken I still cannot understand the way forward which you mean. Oh, thank you.
So basically, way forward is it should be a non-violence resolution. You have to stop violence and from both sides, both perpetrators and aggression. Here.
That's will be cái thật ta đã rất là sĩ hả mà
Ikeo chuna say something nang juten le non would tau no bad languages yeah.
Violence bedding hong ti bel tin hong ti bel tin iti ai le chun pachom de hen ti iti wai on le chun I don't stop anybody but Cajun violence so ban chi ve la ta hen ti chu ka se ya ti chu way forward na ka mu ya non violence so ai thei poi kap bedding ye mai thei attack bed he ti on le ei kha thei lo ke oppose ti lo pi chu ai wa nga chu I don't see any future chi ya chu SM bedding on comedy po yeทีละมันตั้มแบบเสียวแบบกติทูบอกอย่าไว้ forward จูอะไรน้องจนอีที่ลังปังอันนี้ก็ setting อีที่บอลนี่ที่วันที่จอจู stakeholder rong ka hi poi
min da so pi that tan chi na sei lai cái chi do
Mike agal hi eho phai sunga ehon yong khat suicide squad isol lu the cho hei lam kana isol lu pi cho na eho gamaung wa e kap te on le ho jan le tho cha de thi cho
còn attack là còn defense là bola mà thế này là thế là thà đâu gạ gìกันเรียดto
to khat kang kang kyo ten na to na sei ju nang man et bi dia na Mike see the relevance a thado tribe certificate kila mana ju ama ju kuki hi dialogue bi cho. These are all constitutional scheme. No, honestly, that's what you told me when you were an aspiring, studying engineering. We got tribe certificate kila ho ju thado hai. Thado is a part of the constitutional scheme. Thado tribe certificate kila. Kapao hi thado pao hin ta le katson da ni thado hai. Ti exam cookie yong exam. Ata da cookie in ikat apa yung chu dan chu dulen pau chu mizu pau ta accept it. I think Thado should be very happy that instead you should be going around to our brethren tribes and saying ki atam non ka tho pau hi lungsit in tho khom within ki zaman te is amon head tho. I think that is something you should be proud of, not saying ki chu ding kat hi lo cho it's something we should all promote. Kati ba nga chu tu di in khat ke mizo ma ka cha mizo pa chu ka ki het sa chu ka het lo pi chu ai wa nga chu kati dan chu amo ho e ho chen da na e ho nam kai la chen da na center da chu ati a chin ho pau tho le e ho pau tho lai lunga ho ki mat e chu ma so they have a adang na lung kham sa tha do le ku ki wow iki chu sa ma chu khunung le ke vet da na kho we will be all speaking mizo only dulen mizo pao yong lo bis dulen pao chu mizo pao da chu khuin tho mai the because they have 12 lakh speakers call on no tho speaking this thing the dulen or mizo. I'll also be a mizo if it yeah business lo le commerce chu ka phat chu ma le ka tho zo pau ki ti chu ki chu sang iti mi tam ten except bola tho dem ti o chu ke gel da na chu tha do ingai lu na le chi chu hi ngai chu cha chu tha do pau na ti chu ku ki on ku ki pau he ti wa le chun ma sang a chu pha chu ha thon tho ta iti jo odi da ni chu ai chu isu a vai phe chun ka tho lo hel di he atia le na tho te ki ti thei lo chu ai wa nga chu mi tam zo in thà đầu bao đi viên năng cái chuyện cookie cái gì cái cookie cái gì rồi cái bao thôi rồi vì khát cái gì rồi rồi call bao cái gì rồi rồi cookie bao cái gì rồi but then khi chỉ cookie bao cái gì thà đầu ho cái nuôi xin rồi là thà đầu bao cái accept rồi rồi cookie bao cái gì rồi bây giờ cái mà understand nha cái gì rồi à vài phe rồi là chú sát pulang ho chun à tâm rồi chun to cái hồ nào bao thà đầu bao đi rồi khi cha cho cầm mà các cái gì ngài lâu bây giờ it's acceptable ấy lẽ công phu bilang cái tu te ho vai pe u cho amon đã thọ wa amon cookie bao tiêu cho adan cho ale cookie bao tha do bao amina bi ki boi di ho ma lo le because I think it's a matter of pride for the thados if a lot of cookies speak this language as cookie bao or whatever khudung teng la chun ep min na sa di ham cha chu ki boi sa nga chu I think boi na thei tampi la ta boi ni ding chu piam te ale agam hi secure lo chu mai ai chu ne them lo le first wave attack a ki ball chu they wanted to clean off the entire this thing adjoining valley to village attack area village valley gam phajo si chu khamen lo valley lang valley ta he bonds ke hong ki push out chu to cycle constituency chôm sei na isu piu tam zo hu vai phei hu zo hi cho ko mail he to kya le ya khu hoi khu pha ai cho si khu akinot do a hi ala chu cheng thei the boy hi cho si pha mail ho expansionist policy jo expansionist policy as aggressor khatuma defender khatuma jo e chu first 1 month na chu ithiu yo newspaper in a report lo I change CM office a control hom I cho chu ma ta chu angol yo ni anik ne he chu and then I think you have quite a concern tunia ken mizo certificate ka kila ale mizo ka hi de lo ka kila the so because chong thu ki ta chong lo yong mizoram am jo that doesn't make me less cookie awang cookie thia le mizoram ho to kha nang de chu how kip chapa ni jo thado ge di za le cookie thai thao cookie tha nei tha da zo mi tha nei tha yong le bon ge thi wa le na pu na tho so but so the timing the logic Meitei speaking point me so I think we should avoid that it's a very sensitive issue nang ya chu kase chu mai in nang hichigala a loss aha loss pen chu phaya hung se le no so the say chu phaya ho kilit se di so in a way right phaya mi khuja cheng wa mil ho hiti ne ki he tai ti ka het lo chu ka min mo chu ka kilit sau ti chu I would agree but kyo phaya ka chen ji mi za nam khat adam lo ki ve a lekha sim do tam ki chu state capital chu Chuchanpur is a provincial town. More is a provincial town. State capital as a whole over it. It's not just the fall of Meiteis and Birain, but even the Home Minister Amit Shah is responsible. A Prime Minister Pala Pauloa. So these are the things I should nang say kano phatchupyam tiale. Ilam kayo hin. Home Minister Pakistan ide mahale. Midu kitulo mi pamo aibe. Chichun hoile ese dal do dio. Hichipa na say wangzu I'm with you 100%. Hichi ajun tha do je in kati zo mai. I need to speak the truth about what is wrong. Khunung ding le nammi pi ho nekinem ne min lamkai ho in agenda ne unity ba speak that. I think people will start to kind of appreciate what you're saying. E kahil na yong e naute ni ya na mai lung thing se la ke ho tham khat en se ge le Michael Lamjathang tha do to na ke ho I don't give a damn about those people. Namuda pen pa the lungel ki ba pi pen pa je na kyo thilo wale hich namu he lang issue dio hovina chi wala pakai ti ai wa nga chu ilungel to ki banglo khata to ki to khom thelo zo hoila pakai ti wa ke ya wa so I have a problem with this society azu hiti ya chu phai sunga me lo ki pausa eho yong UT mu ki wa ko ham khat ki pausa dinga le chun hichi az koi cheng dong mai those are the bigger issues I think it is space. Some people don't like it because I'm also quite outspoken. I am not in any group with the whatever Su group or whatever. I'm a ho in ka khandana lol ka in su mi khat lam kai bana chu. I'm a ho agenda ka pursue ding I'm not a man. I'm just a donkey following someone's verdict. Yo society na iki check ngai chu. Kapu ka pa gal hang iti wai was isse gal hang ai ki se wa nga chu in sumi koma iko sunga numei kha ki re male bo cha bo thao custom itu elo ale el ki thamteng le thudi sei ngam kim lo so Michael lamda thangin hichichi sein thare this I said no that is not the way he has the right to speak against whatever but to the dissenting voice of liberalism. How will you create a society which will have checks and balance? Did you realize in America who half every election half 49% who head on your society which mindset pa namu pa I think you have gone through some pain. I can understand your pain. Hichi pa chu nasiya le clearance na cha chun thado le ikhat pa chu jet blue in kati tu ya it's a personal sopi na kasi ito yan Mike but then naholim na the one thing I can see is that I think the pain is more towards your concern about some agenda that you see chichu does I think a lot of people will support you and then I think uh, you need people who speak against the popular threat chichu ngai cho cho popular lo loi tam ta nei lo cho it is okay wa thudi se ngai cho amelo yong we used to trust the Meiteis more than our own people. We have a lot of friends. Aba mail ho ipiang boy bam tile. Phaisung became echo chamber. Phaisung ami kumsom khatin azo usei ju kumsom ko in azo usei da zo. Ye ju thuta ju kimok lo da zo. Eo society yong ju ti tho de on EPUT nga yong. Iman diu zo. Thuta sei lo de le thuta ju na sei ya le thuta ju sei. But that thuta is not dependent on cookie le thado. Nangin haken khen jong le chun ki khen hi ve the thado will always be, you know, associated with whatever historical writings have proven. Ye jo thado gal na ti wa like cookie Anglo cookie wa yong ki tho tho. Ai cha amin chu ja ja sei de wa ami tha. But what is the future? What is the past? Forget it. Kapu khanga pa naung kinil kapu masang pa naung kinil wa thado le cookie gui nu aung kinil wa amina ki chuwa punyo ki chuwa hajo mo alam no men ku sai pi ku ki bol in ku ki pon ti nom le tin tin thado pon ti nom in tin tin cha ji pi ma ngai ong ni ve ve le ka cha yin chu chi chu kei perspective a eketi ong ka la mai the mizo tribe certificate ki la mai the, but those are constitutional technicalities. But where does my heart beat? Ngai lut na ka nei na Michael Lamjathang chu abol khel alo la thu sei kit ka kanup lo mai the alo le kapom lo mai the, but kamu da am alo le am I ready to engage hichi society culture pa develop all over. I think it's a dangerous proposition UT yo cho chu min tin number kat mike adam on yon se na lambe min the esan kate fula ka sei lo la mel se na henge esan bojen se yenge na nangin senaban le lambe man le Michael wan le Henry